Good morning. Today is Tuesday, April 29th. Somehow April is already almost over. And this is Wake Up with KERA News. I'm Andrew Garcia. As we approach the end of the month, we're experiencing lots of April showers. And you know what they say? Hopefully they bring some May flowers, which I think is the least the universe can do for us after giving us all this bad weather. We've got some mostly cloudy skies today with a chance we'll see some thunderstorms or some rain late this afternoon and throughout the rest of the week. If you're looking for a long life but are still trying to stay consistent with your healthy eating habits, it's not too late. We'll hear more about how diets in our midlife can affect our later years. That's in just a bit, but first, let's get into today's news. Education and child advocacy leaders are warning against a proposal from the Trump administration to eliminate Head Start. Head Start provides education, health, nutrition, and other support services to young children from low-income families. Advocates say getting rid of the federal program could devastate Texas families, especially since the state's already dealing with a child care crisis after losing nearly 75,000 providers in the last year. T.D. Jakes is stepping down from his role as head pastor of the Potter's House megachurch in Dallas. Jakes announced his retirement Sunday after leading the church for nearly 3 decades. He is recognized nationally for his TV and radio sermons and for founding one of the largest megachurches in the country. In the past year, Jakes also faced scrutiny over sexual abuse allegations. Let's admit it, we could all eat healthier, regardless of age, but middle age may be a critical time to do so. Results of a new long-term study suggest improving your diet in your 40s through 60s can affect how healthy you are mentally and physically at age 70. KERA Sam Baker talked about this with Denise Taylor, a registered dietitian and nutritionist with Texas Health Arlington.
As they looked at these long-range studies of over 100,000 people, they found that those that had the healthiest eating and followed plant-based meals, foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy foods that aren't processed did end up having a healthier quality of life.
The suggestion seems to be, though, that as you get to middle age, if you make a conscious decision to eat better, you can bring about this healthy aging. The diet seems to be enough to bring around that turnaround.
It's true. In the midlife, those eating patterns can really help protect for later in life. What we eat during that midlife eating pattern can be tied to the decades later, how healthy that we feel.
The dietary habits, though, that we had before middle age, for some people, they eat well throughout life. Other people, not so much. If you're a part of that latter group, are you saying then better choices starting in midlife can counter the bad choices you've made before?
True, and that's the good news. Our body is regenerative. And as we make some of these changes to healthier nutrition and a healthier lifestyle, that can help for our overall health.
It's not too late then? The damage isn't done already?
It's not too late.
So what exactly should we be eating? What kind of choices should we make?
Well, interesting. They looked at many of the healthy diets that these people in the studies followed. And these eating patterns, we've been learning about them the last couple of years, how important that they are. And many are based around the Mediterranean style of eating, which promotes the fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and olive oil. Then we also look at, we want to protect ourselves cognitively. So then there's the MIND diet, which is a combination of the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet, which helps lowering blood pressure. But the MIND diet is an approach to protect us from that decline in brain health that can happen as we age. And so it's an intervention for neurodegenerative delay. And all that with fancy words and such, it boils down to that it is an emphasis on the plant-based foods, unsaturated fats, beans, peas, and lentils, and then also reducing the amount of red meats, processed foods, and added sugars. So we can do those things. We can change our beverages to drink more water. We can also change our habits to avoid the ultra-processed foods.
It takes more, though, than diet to reach healthy aging, doesn't it?
It does. We really should look at the whole picture. How well are we managing stress levels that can affect our health and affects our decision making on, well, what are we going to do? Are we having good nutrition? And then also being active, having exercise, every day moving. So adding activity in. So it's a full picture. It's also our relationships, keeping positive relationships. The full picture of our health is about nutrition, managing stress, being active, having good relationships.
That was KERA Sam Bekah speaking with Denise Taylor of Texas Health Arlington. The Stars notched their first convincing win of the playoffs last night, handling the Colorado Avalanche easily 6-2. They now need just one more win to advance to the second round. A unique improv class starts today at Stomping Ground Comedy Theater and Training Center. Improv for Caregivers invites those taking care of their loved ones with Alzheimer's or dementia to practice improv and get support from folks in similar circumstances. Classes run through May 13th. Find more information and some other things to do at kera.org/calendar. Thanks for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. This show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter. You can also connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. See you tomorrow.